March 1998, a significant event unfolded as the Bradley family embarked on a voyage they would never forget. Amy Bradley, a 23-year-old woman, disappeared from the cruise ship Royal Caribbean International Rhapsody of the Seas while en route to Curaçao. This mysterious vanishing left her family in a state of anguish, yearning for answers to her whereabouts. 7 years later, their relentless pursuit of closure took an unexpected turn. A cryptic photograph arrived, offering a glimmer of hope and a potential breakthrough in the mystery surrounding Amy's fate. This photograph marked a turning point in their quest for answers. Born on May 12, 1974, Amy Lynn Bradley entered the world with promise and ambition. She pursued her education at Longwood University, where she achieved a degree in physical education teaching. Amy's accomplishments extended beyond academics, as she showcased her athletic prowess as a valuable member of the local basketball and swimming teams. Furthermore, she dedicated a portion of her life to safeguarding others by working as a lifeguard during a specific period. And so, on March 21, 1998, Amy set sail with her family, bound for Curaçao. Accompanied by her brother, Brad, they embarked on a cruise adventure. It was during the second night of their voyage that Amy and Brad decided to attend a party hosted at the ship's Mardi Gras nightclub. The evening's entertainment featured the band Blue Orchid, with one of its members being Alistair Douglas, known as Yellow, who seemed to be showing a keen interest in Amy. The two danced and reveled in the festivities. As the night wore on, around 1:00 a.m., the band retired to their stateroom, getting ready for another scheduled concert the next day. Around 3:35 a.m., Brad and Amy returned to their stateroom. The ship's automated door locking system recorded Brad's entry at precisely that time, with Amy following just 5 minutes later. Brad recounted that they spent some time conversing on the balcony, after which he fell asleep. At approximately 5:30 a.m., Ron woke up and noticed his daughter, Amy, asleep on a chaise lounge on the balcony. He checked on her to ensure she was still sleeping and then drifted back to sleep himself. The balcony door remained closed, as Ron had taken care to shut it to prevent drafts. However, at 6:15 a.m., he woke up once more, only to find that Amy had disappeared. She was gone, leaving her cigarettes and lighter behind, although her sandals remained on the balcony. Ron believed his deep slumber prevented him from hearing her departure. After Ron realized Amy was missing, he initiated a search of the ship's public areas and promptly informed Willow and Brad of the situation. Without delay, they alerted the ship's crew and requested that disembarkation be restricted until Amy was found. To their surprise, the crew appeared reluctant to disturb the other passengers and responded by suggesting that it was too early for official announcements. They entertained the possibility that Amy might have found new acquaintances and was enjoying herself within their cabins. It wasn't until 7:50 a.m., well after many passengers had already disembarked in Curaçao, that an announcement finally came over the ship's intercom, requesting Amy to come to the check-in desk. The ship's crew had limited access to the passengers' cabins, which initially constrained their search efforts to the common areas. Authorities initially considered the possibilities that Amy might have accidentally fallen overboard, perhaps due to alcohol-related dizziness, or even contemplated self-harm. However, these hypotheses were refuted by Amy's family. Amy was a proficient swimmer, and her body was never recovered. Moreover, she had a stable job and a new apartment in Virginia, along with a recent dog adoption, all of which indicated a positive outlook on life. On the day of Amy Bradley's disappearance, two fellow passengers approached Ron and informed him that they had seen a woman resembling Amy riding an elevator to the ship's deck, carrying cigarettes and a lighter. Another witness, a taxi driver, remembered a woman who matched Amy's description urgently seeking a place to make a phone call, though he was unaware of the nearest phone booth location. The Bradley family harbored suspicions about the ship's crew. particularly noting the unusual interest shown in Amy by members of the music group. Ron recalled a waiter passing notes to Amy on behalf of the lead singer of the band, suggesting she spend the upcoming night at Carlos and Charlie's when the ship docked in Aruba. Amy politely declined the invitation. Intriguingly, Carlos and Charlie's restaurant was also the last known location of Natalie Holloway, an 18-year-old American woman who disappeared in Aruba in 2005. Growing frustrated by the lack of assistance from authorities, who seemed to favor the theory of an accident or a drunken fall overboard, the Bradley family decided to hire private investigators. In August 1998, 5 months after Amy's disappearance, 2 Canadian tourists spotted a woman on a beach who closely matched Amy Bradley's description. This woman had the same distinctive tattoos as Amy, a Tasmanian devil with a basketball on her shoulder, a sun on her lower back, and a Chinese character on her right ankle. In 1999, a retired Navy man visited a brothel in Curaçao and encountered a woman who identified herself as Amy Lynn Bradley. She pleaded for help, but the man, fearing scandal, refrained from reporting the incident at the time. Only after he saw Amy's face in a People magazine article did he recall the encounter. In 1998, a man named Frank Jones claimed to be a former U.S. Army officer who could rescue Amy from armed Colombians, supposedly holding her in Curaçao. Amy's father, initially believing his story, provided Jones with $200,000 before realizing he was a fraud. Amy Bradley sightings continued for years after her disappearance. 6 years later, a tourist named Anne Grace asserted that she saw Amy in a department store restroom on the island of Barbados. The woman, who appeared distressed, was accompanied by 2 men. Anne offered assistance, and the woman responded that she couldn't talk to anyone and identified herself as Amy from Virginia. In 2005, the Bradley family received an email containing a photograph of a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Amy. This email had been sent by a member of an organization dedicated to locating victims of human trafficking. The photograph had been stumbled upon on an adult website by one of their diligent volunteers, who noticed a strong resemblance between the woman in the photo and Amy. The Bradley family, clutching at hope that their daughter might still be alive, eagerly embraced this lead. Despite the initial optimism and the confirmation of several experts who believed the woman in the photo was Amy, subsequent investigations unveiled that the individual in question was, in fact, a woman named Jas. She was involved in adult services and had absolutely no connection to Amy Bradley. The official investigation ultimately clung to the theory that Amy either accidentally fell overboard or took her own life, aligning with the initial suspicions of the authorities. Tragically, on March 24, 2010, 12 years after her disappearance, Amy Bradley was officially declared deceased.